pushback. And see what's happening there, the cops there calmly standing. So obviously this is a sign of blessings of Justin Trudeau and his party and his government to these anti-India protests. At the very least, the freedom of expression has to be tempered with some sense of decency and respect for sovereignty of India, which has not been done in the case. So obviously, these pictures are emblematic of Justin Trudeau's Hate India campaign that he has almost spearheaded over the last fortnight and protected over the last few years of his government in Canada. Having said that, if you look at the numbers of these Khalistanis, so-called Khalistanis, just about a dozen odd or maybe at max 20, and that gives you an idea that if there are 800,000 Sikhs in Canada, just about 20 odd turning off protests, which was publicized for at least a fortnight, it shows there is no mass support, there is no ground support, and that's something of a good takeaway coming out. The fact that they threatened the Indian High Commission and its team led by our ambassador Sanjay Verma, though of course the security was upgraded by the Canadians given the kind of threats that were coming in. I think despite the fact that we have seen these kind of pictures coming in earlier, it's not going to dampen our resolve to really take on Canada and call the bluff of the manner in which, in the name of freedom of expression, Canadian establishment has indulged with Khalistanis and effectively become a safe haven for terrorists. This is not the first time they have done that. They did it with LTT at one point in time, and the fact that Sri Lankan Foreign Minister also has made a comment suggesting that this is absolutely undiplomatic and something which should not have been done. And I quote the Sri Lankan Foreign Minister that some of these terrorists have found safe haven in Canada, and the Canadian PM has this way of just coming out with some outrageous allegations. What Trudeau said is outrageous allegations. And he has in fact gone on to say the same thing they did with Sri Lanka, a terrible total lie about saying that Sri Lanka had a genocide. I think Justin Trudeau has really painted himself in a corner. He's fighting with his back to the wall, even within domestic politics. We have seen how he has been lambasted for being irresponsible within the House of Commons by the opposition also. I think this is not going to end on a good note for Justin Trudeau domestically, but that's how it is. These pictures essentially are going to be held as an example of Canadian indulgence with extremism and terror in the name of freedom of expression for some time to come.
Right, Abhishek, please stay with us, because we'll be needing you to interpret more of more of the inputs that we're getting at this point amid the India-Canada row. Sri Lanka's foreign minister